Is it possible to be extravagant in 2021 with a starting budget of nothing? Let's find out. Is the common denominator of Rocky Balboa, the Liberty Bell, and Independence Hall? If our names are both spelled the same way, then maybe me and Philly will get along great. Hi there, and welcome back. Today, we are going back to business as usual. What do I mean by that? I mean that with whatever I earn, I'm going to give a percentage of it away. Now, it might feel a couple of weeks removed, being that I've been posting these vlogs 2 or 3 times a week, but in reality, it's only been 2 days since I dashed the Bronx. I gave myself a day off yesterday because, man, I have been going at it for the last 6 days, I think, and my body was telling me that I needed to rest. But the show must go on. Right now, I'm in Philadelphia, and man, I am so jacked up to get going again. I went to the corner CVS and got me one of these bangs. I usually don't do energy drinks like this, but my friend Nathaniel back in Reading swears by him, so I thought I'd give it a shot. All right, let's get into my account details. Guys, I haven't sorted everything out quite yet, but by now I should have given away all of my money. So we're starting from ground zero. And with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of the people that have pitched in to make this a reality. Because of you, not only was I able to give a whole lot more money, but I was also able to stay at some Airbnbs while saving up for that engagement ring. Anyhow, that's all old news. So let's take a look at the map of Philadelphia. Guys, this area is packed full of red. I see lots of busies and lots of very busies. That's very good for our time here in Philadelphia. Right now, I'm on the border of 2 different zones. The one that I'm currently in is Springfield and Upper Darby, and it looks like I'm actually really close to the center of town. So I'm gonna go ahead and travel east and start in the very busy zone, right in the dead center of the city. All right. I only got so much time because I am driving up to Reading, Pennsylvania, right after this dash. Oh, and I should probably set a goal for the day. Today, we're gonna go for $150 and give 30% of our earnings to someone in need. Let's bag that money. Shake Shack, $6.50 at 2.1 miles. Let's get it. Hit it. Jersey Mike's, $14.75 at 5.5 miles. Almost $3 a mile, y'all. Yes, sir. $20.50 at 1.3 miles. It looks like it's a shopping order, but that's totally worth it. Yes, sir. random guy on the street. And they're tickets to a showing or something. I have no idea. Pretty cool though. Had no idea that DoorDash did this kind of thing. Alright, right now is a good time as any other for a mid-session update. Philadelphia from the get-go has been phenomenal. And man, I have been feeling so good. That rest over at Tina's place rejuvenated me. Today is a good day. Alright, a couple things to note about Philadelphia. Number one, it's not New York. And so there are a lot of places to park. And this might just be me, but the people have been so friendly today. To some degree, it actually reminds me of the Bronx. And I know what some of you guys are thinking, that is odd. But guys, when you put on a heart of compassion, man, things just look bright. Also, this place kind of reminds me of Chicago to some degree, in that it's so rich with history on every street corner. Okay, maybe not every street corner, but a lot of street corners. The second thing to note is we're getting back to normal traffic again. Boston and New York were very cluttered cities. Philadelphia? It's a breath of fresh air because you're back to driving 40 to 50 miles per hour on regular streets. I can't tell you how good that feels. I was driving 30 miles per hour on a regular road just because I was so in the groove of driving the New York streets that people behind me were actually honking. Now that might be a turnoff for some of you guys, but that felt good because that reminded me I could drive normal again. Now let's get to my hour. I have made $68.75 in 2.8 hours. That brings me up to $24.55 per hour. Now, my memory is not that fantastic, but if I could recall correctly, this is my highest hourly on the East Coast. Woo! It's feeling good. If you dash Philadelphia, go and hit up those plus peak pays and stay in the University City / Center City area, because I could tell you, it's gonna treat you well. All right, that wraps it up for this mid-session update. Let's get back to it. For this order, y'all. Yes, I'm saying one order because it's going to the same person. My goodness. I wouldn't be surprised if I took an hour and a half to deliver this sucker. Check this out. Ugh. My oh my. I've been on the same one-way street for a good 20 minutes. Something happened down this block. I have no idea what it is. Closed all of the streets from north to south, I believe. My goodness. Sorry, lady, but your order's gonna get to you a little late. Ooh, I think I broke my record for the longest delivery I've ever made. Check it out. $14 in 1.8 hours. Yes, that was one order. Guys, if you're dashing in Philadelphia, try not to dash in the center of town because it is absolutely awful. The traffic, oh my goodness. You gotta pray. You gotta pray just to make it today. That's what MC Hammer said, and it worked out for him. No, it didn't. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem's putting on the red. All right, that one's acceptable. We'll do it. Philadelphia, why are you getting wonky on me? I think maybe the last 3 orders have taken me outside of the good zone. And that's a zone that you want to get back to, because I unknowingly dashed in West Philadelphia for a good hour and a half, and all of the orders, I'm sure you saw, were horrible. So it's about playing hopscotch. Jump in, jump out. Jump in, jump out. I'm out right now, and I'm about to jump back in. Could we hit 150 by the end of the evening? I've got 2 hours left, so we'll see. These places are trippy. I don't even understand how they work. It's kind of like an Amazon for foods. Check this out. All these different things that you can order on this tablet. And then they just make it back there, I guess. I have no idea how this works. If you guys do, comment in the section below. All right, we made it. Altogether, we've made $154.25 in 8.5 hours. This equates to $18.15 per hour. Not bad, Philly. I started off really good, as you guys saw, but then it started tapering off, primarily due to that one order that took 2 hours to deliver. If it weren't for that, I believe our hourly would have been maybe around $23, $24 an hour. I honestly feel like you could do really well in Philly. Had I known the better areas to dash, and I'm starting to believe that's Northern Philly, we could have had a Northern California kind of day, but that's okay. I'm just going to take what I got. All right, a couple things to note about Philly. Number one, there are no turn on red signs everywhere. In other words, at about 75% of the traffic lights, you cannot make a right-hand turn at a red light. But it wasn't too dramatic. I mean, I could be a California diva, but that probably wouldn't look good on me. A second thing to know, and I noted this already, traffic can get really bad in the center of the city. So what would I do? If there is a plus $2 peak pay or above, I would shoot for $3 a mile. That is the highest amount I've ever suggested, but it's doable. Did you see how many of those I got today? All right, and one last positive thing to note. This is a whole lot of fun here. If you drive around long enough in Philly, you'll see a drumline band drum all over the streets and light it up. Also to note, in the fun category, it's just beautiful in certain places. I have no idea where I'm at right now, but it's just sweet over here. Check it out. Anyhow, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for being so cool and for following me. You guys are awesome. All right, I'll see you soon. All right, I'm currently sitting in front of the co-op in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Yep, I have a lot to catch up on with my vlogs, especially my giveaways. Co-op, by the way, is this really cool spot. It's maybe one of my favorite hangouts in this area. Aaron and Megan, who are both in the Fayetteville vlog, introduced me to this place a little bit ago. So just to catch you up, I threw out a line just a little bit ago on Facebook for my big giveaway. There were quite a few responses to it, and one person reached out to me to tell me that her situation wasn't too great. So I told her just to sit tight and, wait for a little contact. I did. And it just so happens that she lives just 20 minutes from where I'm staying right now. So I'm doing another live giveaway. It is currently 12:51 p.m. She's meeting me here at 1. And so we're going to get to it. All right, here is the co-op that I was telling you about just a second ago. And here is Lizzie.
Hi.
You go by Lizzie, right?
Yeah, or Liz. It doesn't matter. My family calls me Lizzie, though.
I was calling her Elizabeth before this. But she goes by Lizzie.
Yep, it's true.
So Lizzie reached out to me on Facebook a little bit ago. Sorry about the truck, by the way. And she notified me of her need. I don't really know what that is exactly. Would you fill in the audience with that?
Yes. Well, I've just been having financial hit after financial hit. My car has been breaking down. I actually had someone pop 3 of my tires.
What?
Yeah, I had to replace all 4 of my tires.
Just because?
Just because, and I actually have a ring alarm, so because it happened in my driveway, and there's nothing, but it looked like someone had popped them. I took a risk to move to Northwest Arkansas. We're in Springdale. We're actually in Fayetteville, but I live in Springdale.
And you're originally from Oregon.
I'm actually, yes. I grew up in Oregon, but I've been living in Vancouver, Washington for the last 4 or 5 years.
So taking a leap over here was a pretty big thing for you.
Yeah, and the risk was, it didn't go the way that I felt. God had different plans, but I wouldn't have changed it. But to get here was really financially costly. And so I'm still trying to see the reward from taking that risk in that way.
Yeah. So, you came out here, you told me this, with actually a little bit of debt already.
Yes.
And so for you to come out here was actually a pretty big leap in that you had to pay for additional expenses beyond what you already were paying for back in Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I had actually then moved again. So I was kind of like 1, 2, 3. And I really felt the Lord on this move. Even though there's been a lot of pain, a lot of disappointment, God is doing something in Northwest Arkansas. And so I want to believe that because I took that risk, He will come through. But there has been some vulnerability in that and seeing like the opportunity to ask for help. And just kind of getting low on that level and being like, Phyllis, you coming to Springdale? Because I'm learning that I'm worth it. And
you
and
are totally worth it. Come on, you're a child of God.
Yeah.
So I want to hook you up right now, not only with some finances, but I also want to hook you up with a community, something that we did talk about just a little bit ago. So I'm going to connect you with my friends.
Okay.
But for now, I want to tell you about my earnings in Philadelphia.
Okay, yes.
Okay. You guys already know this because I went through it just a second ago. In Philadelphia, I made $154.25. I calculated 30% of that, and that equates to $46.28, which I want to give away to Lizzie right now. $46.28. But that's not all. Someone in my hometown dropped a little bit of money down my... Hey!
Shut up!
Down for my next giveaway. So instead of just giving you $46.28, I want to give you $60 today to help you out with whatever you need this season.
Cool. That is a blessing.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, last thing in the last place. Okay. If you had a word of wisdom to share with my viewers today, what would it be?
In this season, God has been speaking to me so much about the power of pain. And I know it sounds so crazy, but there is something to feeling your pain. And I know this season has been full of disappointment. There's been times that I've been at home literally on my knees feeling physical pain for the grief that I've been going through. But the reward at the end of that, to know His goodness and the wisdom that He has, if you just take the risk to feel it, to process it, and to understand His goodness, even when it doesn't make sense. And trust me, it doesn't make sense sometimes.
Oftentimes.
I wouldn't change anything. And if you know me personally and you know some of the things that I've been going through, you would want to change some of them. You know, you would want to go back and be like, hey, maybe I wouldn't make that choice, but I can't say that. There's people here in Arkansas that I get to pour my love into, but it came from embracing the pain of disappointment. And so if you're going through pain, my encouragement is not to numb it. My encouragement is to see God through it. He has something for you at the end of that, and you will reap a reward for your pain. He died for joy. His reward was joy. If we have pain and we die to that, we get joy. It's just His promise.
Wow.
And so I'm walking in that right now, and I want people to know you'll survive if you feel it, if you process it. He's got you. He's holding your hand.
Isn't that incredible wisdom? Yes, so don't run away. Don't run away is what I'm taking from that. And lean into God because His promises are yes and amen.
You guys, you need to check out what Phil is doing, The Travel Dasher. Follow him, learn about other people, see what they're going through, see what he's doing to bless them. There's so much wisdom there. Check it out. Why?